All right, peace, peace, peace. Just want to come back. Actually, first and foremost, hopefully, the Most High your house is blessing y'all day by His mercies here on consume. Just want to come back, like with just go ahead showing that love and kindness. Just having by His mercies here on consume. Appreciate everything that we have. One where being alive in Him and the house shot, the Most High your house shot in the body, and also too just being naturally alive. But also too, man. I was want to get into something, man, because actually I was talking about this with my homie. Most importantly, man, because I actually, hopefully, Lord willing, he comes today. Because I was actually stuff going on. Because I still don't know what I'm going to do, Lord willing, with that. I might just stay. It is what it is. I'm just thinking out loud, but yeah, yeah, because I was talking about this too, and I was like, listen, man, I really want him to take heed and like listen, because I think I told him. I think I mentioned this on one of the videos, but like it's kind of going to. I want to go into how it's always about the word, man. Don't get too caught up with like cult of personality or this and that, because like even though I remember telling, because it was actually a month ago. He's asked me because that sometimes he knows I'm in the word and the knowledge and things of that nature, and he said and sometimes he still asks for like, hey, send me some videos or like, he don't really ask for scripture sometimes. I send it to him sometimes, or we could just be talking about this, things of that nature. That's how spirit moves me to whatever we're talking about. But also too, he does ask to see like some videos, because actually it's more started when the whole like Kanye and Kyrie Irving thing last year with the whole where how they said we're the Israelites and how we're the descendants of people of the book and things of that nature. So that's when it kind of started, and even that some stuff we talk about it, and I sent some stuff with him, but also too, but like a while back though, when I and I gave him a few things to watch, like, hey, listen, like check this out, check these brothers out, you know, things of that nature. But also too, man, I told him like, listen, man, like shout out to the brother send me firstborn too, like he says, shoot, actually like Howard Shot said, more importantly, you should be listening for the voice, man, of the shepherd, man. You're supposed to be hearing the voice, man. Even like this small little channel right here, man. Hopefully y'all brothers and sisters that watch this, man, y'all hearing y'all, it's not about me, it's about the word. Y'all hearing the voice of your God, of the Most High Yahweh, man, of your Maker, man, of your King, your Creator. You know, so things of that nature, man. So that's just is what that's what I hope, but that's just up to Most High Yahweh at the end of the day, because it's too. I'm just nobody. I'm mad replaceable. I'm nobody. I'm earth and ashes. Like Most High Yahweh don't need me. I know that much. So, but I said to say, man, because like even though he's like, because I don't know, because like how I said it too, I was like, listen, man, I didn't mean to like I wasn't like I ain't saying belittling, because I'll say if that, because a lot of times I say like on here I says if that makes sense. When I say that, I just want, because one, I'm gonna make sure my point is clear. It's not that I'm like trying to belittle, because it can come off like on the other receiving end, especially through a message, text message, or like if I say if that makes sense, like it could come off like because like you always try to, that's where that consideration comes in, and look at things from other people's perspective, because that could come off to somebody's like, wait, you trying to belittle my intelligence or think I'm dumb, like yeah, I know what that means. But when I said what I just said to y'all, like listen for the voice, like for the Most High house voice, the voice of the shepherd, I said yeah, this may like seriously, because I'm about to grab this in John 20, but yeah, man, that's what I was saying to him. He said, yeah. I was like, yo, man, I'm serious, man, because Lord willing, if he come, I pray that he comes in word, but that's up to Most High house. But but listen, if you come to that, man, just really focus on like the word, man. That's what it is. It's about the word at the end of the day. It ain't about and that's what spiritual maturity comes into. Even if I'm talking to him our brothers and sisters in Christianity, or even my pops at Jehovah's Witness, and I'm talking about them. Like first and foremost, we should always give a praise and esteem to Most High Yahweh. It should be really about that, no matter what spiritual denomination it is. Because I actually had some running. I told y'all about my running. It was a pretty peaceful running with some Edomite Mormons. It was like last week. It was cool though. I was like, had it been like me like a while back, a year or so ago, I probably I wouldn't been contentious, because I was never like that. But I more tried to been it would have been different. I wasn't as spiritually mature, but I'm still spiritually trying to mature. So it's still growing. It's still a process. So I'll be pretty much, I would have been because I told you a story about the Edomite, he calls himself Chief Senator Bob, and I kind of like it won't be contentious like every time, but he would kind of like we would talk about like the law, because he had the of course like the rhetoric of you don't have to keep the law anymore. And we kind of have a conversation. It was always cool, but but I kind of found myself, I had to pull back myself. That spirit, it was more that spirit of contention rise in me. Like it was not like I would step to him about it, but every time I see him, he would say something. Like I would just kind of be ready for like like he would say something he didn't. He's like, "Oh, you still keeping those laws, things like that." Then I'll kind of like listen. No, more of trying to like prove things to him rather than like no. Listen, just present the information and keep it going. Like how should I say it? Keep the dust off your feet, man. But that's what it is, man. But that's where spiritual maturity comes in, man. Because you can't like it's about the word at the end of the day. And two, we gotta realize too, like one, like even though I'm still even learning, like shoot, that's why knowledge is akin to river, because you constantly learn. And two, most people, like shout out to brother send me first one, most people don't know the word like that. And of course like like shout out to brother Chronicles of Judah, like people read books, some like he said, like he mentioned, like certain people read books about the Bible but they don't actually read the Bible, or certain like notions and things of that nature. They certain teachings, popular teachings that's like that's based off of that they're going to go to that's what they know. Like they some people think like about the Most High and saying how Satan was cast Satan, Lucifer, and this and that, or some other stuff, like or it's a lot of stuff that like and also too, you gotta realize that you gotta look at it from what like other people's point of view, because one, I was there, and two, certain scriptures, like when how they read, you can understand why somebody came to that conclusion. That's why you kind of more just in life in general, one with the word in life, just don't try to like just castigate and castigate people and say like no, because it's a like childish mindset, like saying no, this is right, this is I'm right, and you're wrong. No, like shout out to brother send me first one, like say okay, well, even we can disagree, but ask them, how did you come to that conclusion, even though I don't agree with you, because like you said, that's what men do, man, honestly, man, because like with women, I kind of expect like them to do that, kind of be right, but even some women, they're not like that. I know I've ran across very few women that like want to understand, like, okay, how did you come? Because no, it's actually more of a people thing. Let me not go do that too, because like it's more just it's more immature, like saying no, it's this way because it's my view, it's my opinion, it's my standpoint, it's my perspective, but that's the right perspective. No, man, listen, like, cause let's shoot certain things, like brothers, like brothers and sisters here, like disagree on some of the things I say on here, or like in actual, like, you don't even have to be the word, it could be about like just anything. It's like, all right, cool, that's how we like that's the that's their perspective, that's cool. Even I had to stop that, like when I had those type of moments, like, okay, no, I realized, like, okay, cool, that's another human being with another opinion and perspective on things, man. So that's is what it is. But back to the point. Yeah, I just wanted him to focus on, like, like, listen, man, no, it's about the word, man, because that's my mom was like this. I was like, I was kind of like how Shy was. That's my mom was like, listen, no, like he told Peter, listen, feed my sheep, because this is serious. Because I know, like, we could come, because a lot of times you can come into the word gullible and things of that nature, and like you can't, like, you forget, like, that's why, like, one of my brothers said, listen, man, people gonna be people, man. That's all I was going to above what's written. Don't put anybody above what's written. I'm pretty sure, like, shoot, I don't even put myself above what's written. I can't, like, even when I have actually, I actually sometimes actually have moments where I can, when I do, but I cast that down in captivity and say, realize, no, listen, like, you're vulnerable to any of this, man. So that's why, like, that's all right. 27:3, man. Keep yourself constantly in the fear of the Lord, or your house will be overthrown, man. So but let's grab this John real quick, man, because yeah, man, because it's about the word, man, because because it's a lot of times, even too, man, even in the word, outside the word, man. That's the thing too, man. I was actually talking about this with my homie yesterday, man. People get caught up with like, we was talking about like we was talking about, we was just laughing at the whole election things of that nature. But that is what it is. Listen, that's another reason, case in point. Like, I used to like say that, like, you know, perfect example, perfect segue, because what I was just talking about. Because I used to like, get on people, because actually that was one of my first videos on here, like how it's against, like, the Most High house child, against voting and things of that nature. But and I pulled out Deuteronomy 17, and I was like talking about that with a brother yesterday when he sent it to me. I sent him the recent video I just did. But really, that's going if going to that context. I mean, one, spiritually, is it wrong knowing, like, that Proverbs 16:2, how the Most High weighs the heart, weighs the intention, like, even though if you put men above him, like Jeremiah says, curses he that trusted in men, then yeah, that's wrong. But if you really feel like, hey, listen, I put the Most High house out first, but if they had that perspective, like, listen, I want to vote, then that's on them. But because that Deuteronomy 17 is really not going to, like, it's going to, like, once we entered the land, don't set a king of another nation, of a heathen over your own people, man. Don't do that, man. Because one, the Most High house is going to choose a king, just like, we chose Saul, but the Most High house, they chose David. But that's what it goes into. But also too, like, this is his king. This is his rulership, like, 101. This is king. This is government rulership 101. You always gonna have your, like, self preservation, man. That's why. But that's, I'm about to segue into that, but that's kind of a whole nother topic for another day. But yeah, man, you always want to do that. But also too, that Deuteronomy 17 is going into how once we enter into land, things of nature. But yeah, that really can't be T'Challa's brother sent me the first of the firstborn, because he said he brought that out. Like, how that's really not, if you once you really think about it, like, voting, that's really not, like, against the law. It's not really against that. But spiritually, like, on your intent, like the like, your intention, like, because the Most High house always a heart. Yeah, then if you trust in a man, then hey, yeah, that is. But also, I want to say too, but that's going to when we was coming in the land, things of nature. Now we know Micah 2:10 says, listen, this is not arrest, so that really can't. It really doesn't matter. So, like, but me personally, I don't vote. I was talking about my homie. I never voted. But going back to the point, man, because I was actually talking about that when I was in the bank the other week, like, with a brother, like, because the old me probably, like, no, even when first came to war, even before I came to war, I kind of been more like, no, brother, you can't vote, things. Because, and one, I was talking to an older brother, so I had to be more respectful. And two, like, even if he was around my age, things, I still been level of respect. But two, like, that's that. I asked him more, like, okay, why do you vote, things in nature? He felt like, no, man, you just got to make a change and things in nature. I feel like make a change in my community. I was like, all right, cool. Even though we disagreed on a lot of stuff, listen, bro, I hear you, but I kind of disagree with you, because some stuff he made some relatively good points, but other points I disagree with. But I was like, you know what? I was like, yeah, I thought about, like, what the word say, being spiritual maturity, what the word say, like, brothers, like, send me a firstborn said, and just like that, it's like, all right, cool. Like, even though we had a healthy conversation, the brother was great, man. It's like, all right, cool. We disagreed sometimes here, but it was good, man. That's spiritual maturity. That's what it is going into what I was just saying, man. But yeah, man, let's go back to John, because I was telling my homie that, that it's a serious business when you, like, hear the when it comes to this, like, because even though, yeah, sometimes, yeah, we talking about that, we could get caught up with cult of personalities, and I think people in the word do that no matter what denomination you're in. Like, you can focus on this leader, this pastor, this preacher, this rabbi, this and that, the personality, rather than, like, the actual word itself. That's how you can get caught up in snare, things of that nature. So, in your house in the world, it gives you the game on this. And people in the world too, man. It's just like, that's why I saw, right, oh my gosh, I want to find it, but I can't find it. Can't think. It might take a while for me to find it. It says, praise no man before you hear him speak. And not only speak, but the fruits of what they actually do, man. So that's what it is, that cold call to personality, man, giving and that's all part, but above what's written. Don't do that, man. So yeah, man. Oh yeah. All praise to the Most High. Here it is. Ecclesiastes chapter 27, verse 7. Here it is. Wow. Praise no man before thou hearest him speak, for this is a trial of men. Exactly, man. So yeah, man, don't praise no man before you hear him speak. Watch them speak. Watch how they move. Watch what they do. Like, watch their fruits. Like, watch their actions. It goes for me as well. One, I include me as well, man, with this. Not only for y'all brothers and sisters. Like, I had to do it for my sake, like, as well. Self-examine. Like, before judgment, examine yourself. And Haggai says, what? Consider your ways. So, yeah, man. So let's get to John chapter 20, verse 27. I know, man. I am the king of being loquacious and digressing, and but it is what it is. John 20 and verse you know 21. I think it's 21. 17. He said unto him third time. I ain't gonna read the whole thing. He said unto him a third time, Simon, son of Jonas, thou lovest me, lovest thou me? Peter was grieved and said, and because he said unto him the third time, lovest thou me? And he said unto him, Lord, I know all these things. Thou knowest that I love thee. And Yahushua said unto him, feed my sheep. Exactly. So Peter, Yahushua is listening. Like, always meant. I say this too. I think like Yahushua, cause we people of the book, we the sense of the people of the book, man. Like, cause grew up in like hearing certain niggas say like, yo, like you had probably had your pops, your uncle, or whoever saying, yo, like, son, yo, nephews, yo, this, handle that. You like, all right, dad, all right, all right, like, but he said, yo, I'm serious. Before he go out to work, something like that, handle that. He's like, okay, all right, cool. Then the third time he'll go keep saying it. Like, sometimes even like he might say it in the text message, like, yo, I really need you. Like, yo, seriously, handle that. That's how I imagine Yahushua saying that to Peter, and it was very serious. But I was saying it to him, like, listen, man, no, I'm serious. Like, even though what he said, he was like, yeah, he said, even though like, his response was my homie's response, like, he said, yeah, man, I know I'm not slow things in nature. LOL. He was joking. I was like, yeah, man, but I said that, man. Nah, I'm not. I said that. Listen, I said that not to belittle you, man, because like, I know he's just playing, but like, he was he didn't take it seriously. He was just joking when he said that. But I was like, listen, no, I'm saying this is being serious because like, a lot of people can get caught up and snared. Like, even sometimes even in other religions and denominations, like, people get caught up with that. Whatever their doctrine and their teaching, then their leader is, and their leaders or teachers are, things in nature, or preachers, whatever, whoever, even that happens. But because this is more like it's a human thing, but getting caught up with cult of personality and things of that nature. No, just listen to the word, but also too, man. Yeah, man. That's why I said that. Let's know, man. Seriously, man, because like because it's about the word. Be seriously, man. That's why I'm saying this to you. So because I was looking at Sirach, 21, the other day, man. So. And it came to my mind because, like, this actually goes into that, Ecclesiastes chapter 21. Because this goes into that, man. It says, is this it? Is this, yeah, 21, exactly. Eloquent, yeah, exactly. Yep, here it is. An eloquent man is known for, uh, is known far in heart and yeah, I mean no, I'm sorry. Ecclesiastes also knows Sirach chapter 21 verse 7. An eloquent man is known far and near, but a man of understanding knoweth when he slippeth. So yeah, man, what does this mean? Now I might get this in Good News translation as well. It means somebody with cult of personality. This happens in the word, out the word. Like some people like certain like people are very very well spoken. They know how to say things. They're very actually brother sent me first one was going about this yesterday on his in the class. Like he was talking about even like politicians. Certain people like Obama, very charming, very like they can woo people. They like he was very charming. He had like the laugh. He had the ha ha, the like the yes we can stuff. Like he played basketball. He did that. Some people like back in the day, Bill Clinton. He had a lot of charisma. He had played the saxophone, and people get caught up in these things, like and so that's what it is. But somebody will understand it, but can see like this person's kind of full. We can kind of see through, like kind of read that spirit, like okay, like they speak very well. They have a lot of personality, charisma, but like their actions is off, or like they can woo the people. They can like yeah, man. They could what's the word yeah, man. It's just cultural personality. It's just like they could they know how to do that, man. So it is what it is. Shoot, this happens in all aspects of life, but it's more importantly in spiritual aspects with when your soul's on life with the Most High in your house, in your walk. But also too, man, I see this in the world every day, man. So like shoot, that's how. And this is cult leader 101 though. Why do you think like the Jim Jones is like what's the big cult whatever cult whatever like religious cult ever happened, man. Like I don't even want to say that, like, this is all wild. The different people follow the popes, different rabbis, and different whatever big cult like in history that that happened, man. That's just like even the recent Joker movie, which I'm going to get into later, man. That's just is what it is. That's what how that stuff happens, man. So and you know what it is too, they usually attack like on broken people, man. That's why it's so important, like going to, when I start off, like we always start off like showing that love, like and building our faith up, building each other's faith up, getting in the word, having that as your stability, man. So like and not like that, like receiving honor from the Most High house and like receiving like loving your own self too, love for one, having the Most High house shot, loving them, and they'll love you, then loving yourself, man. Because like that's what it is. This when you don't get too caught up in that and not want to be a part of something, man. That's why most niggas like join gangs, man, because they never got like they're looking for that love they got, man. They're looking for that, man. So that's just is what it is, man. And and that's how they. But but a lot of times too, the leader or somebody like whatever fraction it is, has a very like a dominating personality, or they're very charismatic. They're very like they can be charming. It is what it is, man. So, but let's grab to Sirach, Ecclesiastes 20 verse 13, 30 verse 23 to that point. So love thine own soul and comfort thy heart, and remove sorrow far from thee. For sorrow hath killed many, and there is no profit in there. So yeah, man. So you don't have to like and that's a blessing too. That's actually the game too. Like the Most High in your house was giving me the whole time, even before I came to work. Like me being like, even though like as like because I kind of fell victim to this. Like growing, I even fell victim to this growing up. I never like was I was constantly trying new things, or at one point I didn't want to be part of something. I never joined a game of that nature, but it's part of like what they call middle child syndrome, man. Because like but now looking back at it, it's like, but they say even like studies, most middle child children can like they're cool being bottom, so they're cool being like not part of something or doing my own thing. I was actually talking about this with my actual brother the other day, man, because I was actually growing up living comparatively to him, but now it's like, all right, cool, I can do my own thing. Shoot, at home I'm doing my own thing anyway, like so that's why like it is what it is. But that's one of the lessons that the Most High house was giving me the whole time before I came to Lord. And then too, like I said, it's not always about me. So that's just is what it is. So, but yeah, man, let me get this Ecclesiastes 21 verse 7 real quick, man, because it says, an eloquent man is known and near, but a man of understanding can knoweth when he slippeth. Exactly, like when he slippeth, when tongue slippeth, it's eventually gonna come out, like about these certain people, man, whether in the word or out the word, like yeah, man. So let me get to 2 Corinthians, man, because like because yeah, man, it just goes into that, man, because like a lot of times I was actually reading Acts, and this kind of like popped in my mind, the Acts 7, like because and that the Pharaoh, like shout out to brother sent me his firstborn. I was probably gonna do a video on it, but the Pharaoh, like in Egypt, when it was going to this, it was pretty much like the serpent. It was at Genesis 3:15, man, because it said with subtlety, like he was very cunning and enticing things in nature, pretty much like the serpent was, man. Satan was, man. So that's just is what it is. But and that's how like the beat. That's how like the sun position, the beast is gonna be, man. That's how like it is what it is, man. And that's how like most like even the brother Kwame put most like false prophets are things in nature. They have very personalities, but charismatic. They're very theatrical, histrionic things in nature. That's what he's saying in the end of Dark Knight, man. Because I think Batman Begins, because it was at the end he was telling Christian Bale's Batman, like they was warning him about the Joker. It's when the end scene of Batman Begins. It was for the in 2005 for the sequel, The Dark Knight in 2008. He said, I think was it a detective? Oh my God, what's the detective? Oh my God, it's the one that Batman always works with, or not works with, is around Detective Gordon. He said, listen, he's very charismatic. He's very dramatic, like you. And he just gave him the Joker card. Yeah, and a lot of people like that. Like, those people are like that. Like, personalities in the world, like social media, real life, cult leaders, spiritual leaders. They're like that. Politicians, supervisors at jobs, managers, CEOs, they're like that. But but it's a lot of times too. But people are, but like it says right, people are understanding, like people with wisdom can see right through that, and like and that's all the gifts are actually spiritual gifts, like discerning the spirits as well, man. Cause actually even my mom kind of has that. Like she knows how to read. She knows how to read people. That's always something that so me my mom. Cause I can't even say I had that gift per se too much. As I got to word more, like it's happening more. But sometimes I'm wrong about people, so I have that gift small to the degree. I don't really have that. I know some other people that brothers and sisters that do have that gift. Cause And plus, man, even being like grow up in certain places, man, you gonna have that, man. Cause like like the Wire said, the game is the game, man. You got like it's that's just is what it is, man. You going like shoot, your house shot damn near just house shot had it, of course, cause it's like he knew what Judas was gonna do before he do it, and sometimes you don't have to speak on something before some people even do what they do, man. It's like because actually, yeah, certain times in situations as growing up, even like it's like like weeks or sometimes a year or months or weeks from now, what somebody's going to do before they do it. That's where that Proverbs comes in. Like a prudent man foresees the evil when you remove yourself, but you remove yourself. You always have to do it. You just remove yourself and let it play out. But it is what it is. But let me get to 2 Corinthians. I was going to go to Acts, so let me get 2 Corinthians. Yeah, man. Yes, because let's get that 2 Corinthians, man. Because 11. No, I'll do it. I'll do it. Why not? Acts, it says in the Acts 7, it says Acts 7, it says yeah, exactly. Let's get this. Where is it at? Where is it at? Yeah, exactly. It's talking about like Acts 7:18 says, "Till another king arose, which knew not Joseph." It's talking about like you know um Pharaoh, things of that nature. Joseph was there, Egypt, Hyksos was dying. That's another story for another day. But until another king arose, which knew not Joseph, the same dealt subtility. So with subtility with our kindred, Remember that word, and evil entreated our fathers, so that they cast out their young children to the end that they might not live. So yeah, let's go 2 Corinthians 11 real quick. It says. Well, remember with subtlety, yeah, he said. But I fear. I wish I had my no, I might turn on my iPad just to get the I might as how my oven broke. I mean my microwave broke too, man. This morning. It is what it is. Anyway, it says sorry. It says, but I fear at least but by fear, at least as by any means as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your minds will not be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Christ or in Mashiach. So that's why I always go into mastering the basics, man. Simplicity, man, the faith, the mercy, the love, things of nature, all things Yahushua talked about, man. Fruits of spirit, all that stuff is basics, man. That's what it is. That's gonna keep you like that Romans 8:1. But and also too, man, we a lot of times shout out to brother Semi Firstborn and other brothers as well say this and and the thing is too, like we're Eve, man. Pretty much that was a precursor, that whole thing with Adam in the garden. That was a precursor from the Most High Yahushua in Israel, man. That's just is what it is, man. We're Eve pretty much. So so a lot of times too, gotta watch how we say about certain people that certain people that are more righteous than us, because a lot of times isn't we're Eve. I say that to one because two, Jeremiah 6:2 says Israel as a woman, as the Most High and Yahushua's wife. But also a lot of times people are like, what I'm talking about now, people are getting caught with the serpent now through the subtlety now with the world and different people, things of that nature. So yeah, it's not really so So it is what it is. So that's what it is, man. That's but I fear at least by, let me read this again though. It's about at least uh fear, but I at least fear, least by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety. So your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Christ. Yeah, and also to master and basic, not getting try to get too deep, but but notice how, because Adam was it, but notice how, like, of course, the going to that added, but notice how I said the serpent, like, because like it says in Timothy, what the man wasn't but deceived, but the woman was pretty much. But notice how it didn't go how Adam was, I should say, wasn't deceived but evil. But notice how it didn't step to Adam, because what, Adam was the son of God. Going kind of into this, it says, listen, an eloquent man, Sirach 21:7, an eloquent man is known and near, but a man of understanding knoweth when he slippeth. So yeah, man, Adam probably would have Adam probably, like, because a lot of times people blame Adam, but it is what it is. Like, hey, he did what he did. It is what it is. But also too, like, the second Adam, he probably would, like, he would have I'm speaking as a man too. Like, what did the second Adam do when the serpent came to him? We're saying came to Matthew 4. We already know how Yahushua did. Like, he stood on the word. He said, "Listen, I'm not even doing all that." Like, but let's go to Genesis 3:1 real quick, man. So, let's go to Genesis 3:1. It says, and now going to that subtlety, yeah, it says subtlety. Now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field, which the Lord Yahweh has made. And he said unto the woman, yea, Yahweh saith, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. So yeah, man, also too, man, so notice how it said the subtlety, just like we read in Acts and 2 Corinthians. And also too, man, Eve, like, she knew the word too. And she, like, Adam's not responsible for that. She like, Adam's the head, so I can see why, like, people say it, but too, at the end of the day, like, assembly first one said, people won't do what they're going to do, man. Like, just like he said in Ezekiel, man. Noah wasn't like, Noah, Daniel, Noah, Daniel, Ezekiel, or who was it? What is this? Noah and Daniel, things that they wasn't responsible for how they children, or how they turned out, man. Like, these, hey, it is what it is too. And that same thing is too with anybody, man. Hey, people gonna do what they do, man. So you gotta, is what it is. And shoot, then, like, we had a word and we rejected it. That's why we're in this state now. So it's no different as well. But that's just is what it is too. But notice how I said the serpent was subtle, man. But so, and notice how the second Adam, Yahushua, how he did what he did in Matthew 4. I ain't had to read all that, but and also too, like, let's go to 1 John no, let's go to John real quick, man. Let's go to John real quick, man. That's why the Most High in Yahushua says, well, try spirit by spirit. But also, too, man, if the Yahushua is giving us the power to be like sons of God, like the sons of Adam, man, shoot, you don't think we could, like, you gonna do that, like, knowing when somebody see through things like that, man. So it is what it is. Too, if you're in the word, too, even out the words is something to have too. It says John chapter 1 verse 12. It says, but as many as received him, he gave power to become the sons of Yahweh, and even to them that believe on his name. So yeah, man, he's going to give you that. Going to give you that. He's actually giving that to us, man. All you gotta do is believe him. So he actually has given that to us. All you gotta do is believe him. So also too, he says, behold, and how shall Saul Nathanael coming unto him and saith, behold, an Israelite indeed, in whom is no guile. Yeah, who's no guile, no evil, deceit, maliciousness. So yeah, he read the right. Yahushua could read minds and read through spirits, man. Like, yeah, if he was in the comic book world, like, Yahushua was like, or like the thing, he was telepathic, man. He could read just, like, reach thought. He could read your spirit, man. Like, things of that nature. That's why I mentioned that Proverbs 16:2 earlier. So yeah, man, just like get that First John. No, let's get that First John 1. Then to get that Malachi, like, yeah, man, because that's what it is. It says, yeah, eloquent man is known near, but a man of understanding, like, knoweth when he slippeth. Yeah, man, because that's is what it is too, because, like, giving that knowledge, wisdom, understanding, like, that believing on the Most High Yahushua, like, he gonna give you that power to be like him. So you're gonna know that you're gonna peep game when it happens, man. So it is what it is. And let's go to that and that's that Daniel. I'll read Daniel 8:23 real quick, because when this time comes, or or shoot, it's part of it is like, this happening. Not happening. This is not happening now. But part of this, man, too, is like people like this, man. It's just like, in the latter time of their kingdom, when the transgressors are come to the full, a king of fierce countenance and understand the dark sentences shall stand up. So yeah, man, it's going to what the son of perdition, pretty much per se. Like, it's going to be like the serpent again. The serpent's come back. That's why Revelation says what, that old serpent. So those are all going to come back, man. But that's where that understanding, having that power of to be the sons of the Most High House, that's going to come in effect, man. Even on this side, even Lord willing, at that time comes when you see certain things, it's like, okay, that's why Yahusha said, well, know people before the fruits, not what they say and what they do, their actions. Like, you're gonna know when you see through certain things. So it is what it is. And you always have to speak on it, man. Because also too, man, that's another thing too, which I'm going to talk about, Lord willing. On the video I do more video I do next or something like that, man. Focus on because scripture today was comforting, like in Thessalonians, about comforting people, man. First of all, comforting, give people the word, man. Give people words of comfort, man, of belief, man, rather than focus on stuff that destruction or death. Like focus on people that unbelievers, people even outside the house, the Most High house I was not concerned with. Or two, man, people that are people that need that, whether they in the word or out the word, because are people in the word and out the word, they need that as well. Also, too, are people in the word need this, man, because things that happen throughout their life, man, they need that. Also, too, of course, we're gonna bring the sheep in as well, man. But we can't be too focused on this nonsense and all the other like the brother Kwame Call says, the Terminator stuff, and there's the wars and rumors of wars, because Yahusha even said himself, man, don't even take no mind of that, man, because it's already to happen. So anyway, let me get this 1 John 4 real quick. It says, beloved, believe not every spirit, but try spirits whether they are how, because there, many false prophets are going out into the world. And also, too, man, that's not being Perry Mason, Matlock, Inspector Gadget, where you're constantly asking people things and constantly, doing that, constantly an investigation or interrogation of somebody. You could just kind of sit back. You can, examine somebody without even doing all that. Just watching this, not being ignorant of anything, or being circumspect, but still be brotherly or sisterly, still having that love, but still doing that at the same time. Shoot, most of us did before we even came in the word, we began. So now I don't know why, a lot of times we come in the word, even sometimes myself, I'm guilty of this, and we kind of start becoming Matlock, Perry Mason, or Inspector Gadget, or Sherlock Holmes. You don't gotta do all that. You don't have to. But yeah, man. So because now it had to be rude or standoffish. No, man, you got that, but you can still do it. Two things can be true. But let me grab this. Malachi 3:18. It says, then ye shall return and discern between the righteous and the wicked, between him that serveth Yahweh and him that serveth him not. So yeah, man, if you having that, man, that's how you avoid all it's always about the word. Is this person matching up with the word, or even if you out the word, is this person matching up to to what they say they are, or what how do they move, things of that nature. So yeah, man. But most importantly, if you're in the words, that's is what it is, man. So I'm supposed to be looking at that, man. So this is a good skill to have. But yeah, man, because what it is too, like I always said, I was actually some people are so I had this to actually talk about this, because I was watching the channel that it's called The Vile Eye by the YouTube channel, but it goes into I always mention it, the psychologies and the spirit and psychology of villains, whether they be movies, TV, anime, video games, actual real people. And I was watching a Freddy Krueger episode, because I was watching that one a while back, a week or so ago again, or I think it was the one, but somebody in the comments section really mentioned this, and that's a fact, because they were talking about Freddy, I think it was his video, somebody else's video, but like the guy did on it. But he said, listen, because a lot of times they talk about how Freddie was charismatic. He said the person said it kind of reminds him of Ted Bundy or serial killers. But I said this too, like a lot of people are like that. They're so charismatic. It's to distract them. It's like a diversion or a distraction of how wicked, evil they are. Because that's kind of where that Sirach 12, I can get it. That kind of goes into well, that Sirach 12 is not going to somebody's charismatic, but somebody can hide that's deceitful and that can really hide their wickedness. That's more somebody that's acting like they're so sad, melancholy, or but inwardly they're wicked as hell. So but also too that's really, but a lot of people are like that. They're charismatic. They have charming. They have a great personality, but that hides how wicked they are. Like, yeah, man, that's what like I said. That's like they said about Freddy Krueger things, and that's how that was the what you call him. That was what the latest Joker movie was about. If you watch the scene of the latest Joker movie, even though it's not really that good, it wasn't as bad as people said it was, but it wasn't that good. But that's what that was really about. All those court scenes, that's really what it was. Rather than the first movie, because the first movie was just his past, how he came to be that, it was actually better. It's more how he became that, and what that he was less kind of charismatic and goofy to get this one, but this recent one with with Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga, I believe it was more the court scenes and things of that nature. It was really the highlight, but certain people even ended certain people in the jury, the judge, they already knew what this was about. They was they was kind of operating at Sirach 21:7. They already knew this, but he knew how to woo the people. He knew how to entice the people. He was very funny, very charismatic, very charming, but inwardly he was wicked, because when he brought in those that see the movie, the certain witnesses that witness his crimes, or people that affected by his actions, they go into how he really actually traumatized them, and actually he ruined their life, his life was ruined by them, and by his cult man. So they pretty much cult programming 101, man. So I give even that in the end though, I'll give it more credit, because he finally the scripture said, confess your sins, things of that nature. He finally confessed. He's listen, he stopped. He's listen, man, I deserve to be here. I deserve whatever I get, I deserve. So and many people of his cult left him, man, because that's what cult people. That's what people that build you up, and they'll tear you down. Pretty much, they're pretty much kind of like Gideon, man. They were kind of like Gideon judges, they wanted to set him king, but after he passed away, they didn't even show his family any kindness at all after all he done for him. But that's is what it is. And also too, too many people left your house shot, but also too, even it says, speaking of Batman, in the Dark Knight, that's what he said. What, you either live long enough to see yourself, you live long enough to you either die here, I'm sorry, or you live long enough to see yourself become a villain, man. And that's kind of what Yahushua did in John 2. That's why I said he didn't commit himself to all men, because he knew the hearts of men, man. So that's what people do, man, especially in that, man. People would do that and just leave you drop. It's certain that's what happens a lot with a lot of cult leaders, things that nature. Once they get in a jam, or once they get jailed, or they die, or something bad happens to them, or they decide to do something else, the main people leave them. Many people they're in love with the character, not the actual person. They love that because there was something within themselves that they were missing. So that's just is what it is, man. So the Joker pretty much had this written down. Arthur Fleck embodied that, man. But that ending was kind of the best, because that ending was kind of the best part. It's listen, because he finally admitted, the problem's me. I'm the problem. I was blaming the world and things of that nature, because kind of like I said, there's no temptation uncommon, man. Whatever you went through, somebody in this world went through, or somebody else in the world went through, man. It's not nothing's just in general, nothing just specific to you, man. I even had to realize that. So I was listen. So what I remember, what did Nipsey Hussle say on "Hustle in the House" on his song? He said, "Man, I came up broke." He said, so did every other rapper, man. So that's just it is what it is, man. So because it is, so yeah, man. So hopefully it's edifying, man. So peace.